fishing port in America. Here's Paul Santos.
All right, welcome. Oh, yes. This is the place where we highlight the talented, interesting, and entertaining. And we've got a lineup tonight that is second to none. We'll start right off with these ladies here. They are from Massachusetts. They are talented. They are performers. They do music videos. They sing. They dance. We're going to be talking to them in about 5 minutes. They are Zam Official right there. The zaniness and the wackiness is a couple of ways that you can describe our second guest that will be coming on a little bit later on. The crazy comedy of Mr. Cecil Sassafras up there. There he is.
Cecil.
And a little bit later on, singing one of the greatest songs of all time. So which one is it? Which greatest song of all time will he be singing? You're going to have to wait to find out. The sidekick of the century, world-class entertainer, Chops Turner. There he is. All right. I got to tell you, if you haven't seen this show before, it is kind of a cross between the Today Show and the Tonight Show. Problem is, it could be gone tomorrow if we don't make some improvements. So we're making those improvements tonight. By the way, I happen to be in Florida, which is great. Cecil's in Florida. Zam Official, they're out in L.A. Chops is back there in Massachusetts. I got to tell you, I was reading up. There were 964 citations issued in Boston for not shoveling the snow. Imagine that. Too bad they don't give them to the politicians for shoveling crap. That would be a lot better.
That's all they do.
By the way, that's going to be Zam Official in a moment. They are fantastic. I give a little advice because, we've been around a little bit longer. They're confident, which is great. You got to be confident. But, don't get big heads because, I know a guy one time, he went out to Hollywood, and, we got too big for his bitches. Bridges. I'm sorry. Anyway, we just had this whole thing with the groundhog, Puxatawny Phil. He's looking at his shadow and all that. Well, Puxatawny Phil is getting up there in age. And some say, I bet Zam Official would agree with this, it's about time they bring in a female. They should have a female groundhog doing this. You know what I mean? In fact, they're talking to one right now, Puxatawny Phyllis. But the problem is, it's not going too well with Puxatawny Phyllis. Because one day, just for practice, they said, "Hey, Phyllis, did you see your shadow?" She went, "Nope, I'm not telling you. Nope, I'm not telling you." I'm sorry. That's probably like, that's not a sexist joke.
Oh, nothing like
that. I'm an old guy, you know what I mean? Anyway. By the way, they do have a new name for the Washington football team. It's called the Washington Commanders. I thought that was pretty good, Washington Commanders, but I was thinking, couldn't it have been Washington Commandos?
Washington Commanders.
The quarterback is going commando. There goes the naked bootleg. I'm sorry.
Man, come on, man. You crazy.
Hey, I got to tell you, I was watching that Zam Official video, and those young ladies are in shape. You have to be in shape in order to perform on videos. So I was thinking to myself, Chops, you and I got to start working out, So I started going to the gym. I started going to the gym. Oh, wait a minute. That was the John. Never mind.
Come on, man.
All right. I got one more. They have a telescope. They have a telescope that they're shooting into outer space, right? It goes so far out there at the speed of light that when they turn it back and they point it at Earth, they can actually see into the past, right? So they zoomed into New Bedford, 1980, and they found this guy, Tubbs Turner. Yeah, Tubbs Turner. He was smoking a bone and he was surrounded by beautiful ladies like Sam Fisher. I don't know what happened. I think that was great.
Wasn't us being born.
Well, anyway, we like to thank God. Not only Tubbs doesn't want to get in trouble. That's okay. Well, anyway, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Mayflower Wind, Empire Ford, Isaacson Solar, Team Ross Remax Real Estate, and St. Anne's Credit Union for being our sponsors right here on New Bedford Guide and the Paul Santos Live Show. Okay, we've been talking about them all week. We've been looking forward to having them on the show. They are talented, and they are going places, that is for sure. They're out there in Hollywood. Once again, please welcome Sam Fisher. There they are.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
All right, so on the left is Rasty, in the middle is Goldie, and on the right is Mika, and together they are fantastic. So I'm going to ask you the story because all three of you are from Massachusetts, 2 from New Bedford, 1 from Springfield, and you had an opportunity to meet at UMass Amherst. Tell me about how all that came together.
So basically, me and Mika have been best friends since high school, and I went to UMass Amherst, and she went to Westfield State, which is like 20 minutes away from UMass. So I would go to Westfield to visit her, and that's where she met Rasty.
Mm-hmm.
They both went to Westfield, so then we all just came together and became besties.
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic. Now, when you first went to college, right, you weren't going for music and entertainment. You were all going for other things, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Not at all thinking about music, to be honest.
So what were the careers that you were pursuing at the time?
I have a bachelor's degree in psychology and biology.
I have a bachelor's of science in kinesiology.
And I have a bachelor's in psychology and a master's in applied behavior analysis.
Oh wow! Look at that. We got a couple of psych majors there, Chops. I think we could spend a whole show doing an analysis on me and Chops.
Right.
That would fill up the whole show. So when you go to school for, obviously for something that wasn't music, and you got there, you're freshman, you meet, you start, talking about music, whatever. I mean, how does that whole thing morph into, you know what, we're going to pursue a music career?
It actually didn't happen that quickly. Goldie was actually writing freestyles, and she had a smaller audience on her own that, would just look forward to hearing some of her freestyles. And we were her biggest fans at the time. So it wasn't actually until the pandemic started when we came to Miami to visit Goldie, and the pandemic gave us so much time to do things other than school and work. It was kind of a big break for us to be able to just dive into music and start recording on our own. And we instantly fell in love with it, and we knew that we were going to be a group at that point.
Well, before you went to college, did any of you, do performances? I mean, you must have done some music before you got to college, right?
Yes, I was a dancer. We all cheered in high school, and I cheered in college as well. I was also a dancer, and I choreographed and I competed. So I did a lot of entertainment in that way, but I actually didn't do it much in college, so it was refreshing to be able to do it after college again.
Right.
You're making the decision.
Just sports. I was just always into sports.
Oh, is that right? What sport did you play?
In high school, I played lacrosse. I cheered when I was younger. My mom had me in basketball, baseball, literally everything I tried pretty much.
And what about Rasty and Mika?
Yeah, I actually did a lot of drama when I was young, doing plays. I had a set of friends that, just did that. So my mom signed me up for drama camp. I did dance, everything that was entertaining was always the most fun, but sports was fun because I'm competitive. So
yeah, right.
Always doing something.
Well, obviously you have to be in good physical shape, right? If it's lacrosse or even if you're pursuing drama, whatever it is that you're doing along those lines. And that actually helps you in what you're doing now, because obviously you have to dance and you have to perform and you have to be in good physical shape to put those videos together, right?
Right, exactly.
All right, real quick, the decision to go out to Los Angeles, a lot of people have dreams and they you know, they're like, well, you know, I kind of like to do this, but a lot of times they really don't have the guts to do it, right? So when I see somebody do it, I think it's great. You know what I mean?
Right.
So to make that decision for you three ladies to say, you know what, we're going to the West Coast, we're going to the mecca of entertainment, Los Angeles, Hollywood, and so forth. How do you come to make that decision? To me, you know, it seems like a decision that maybe is not that easy to make.
Yeah, so we were in Miami for a while, and Zam really got its kickoff in Miami. Like, we made a lot of connections, we met a lot of people, working with a lot of producers, engineers, you know what I mean, celebrities, other musicians. So we really just felt like, wow, we have a really good hold of this network over here, and we wanted to expand our network. And we knew that our network that we created in Miami was so solid that at any time we can go back and tap connection. So yeah, we're movers, we're runners, so we really just wanted to grab a new audience in a different place, and LA was the next city we wanted to do it. So we always take a limb on things. So this was just another limb we took, and I'm glad we did.
It was like here or Atlanta, and we were like, I mean, we were in Miami. We couldn't take a small move to Atlanta, or we could just go all the way and go to LA. And we were like, screw it, let's just go all the way.
And we did it once before when we dropped everything and moved to Miami. So we said we might as well do it again, but this time we're going to LA.
So you guys all share an apartment and stuff like that?
Yes.
Nice. All right. Well, we got a couple of videos here. One of them is called Diamond. So we're going to give you an idea of what these young ladies are able to put together. And if you're like me, you like to watch stuff like the Grammy Awards, or even like, you know, American Music Awards, or even like, you know, traditional MTV for great music videos, right? I mean, you need lighting, you need production, you need, you know, dance, you need, you know, obviously clothing. It all seemed to come together. So here's a 2-minute clip of a great song by Zam Official, Diamonds. We're going to take a look at it, and then we'll ask them about it.
Diamonds on my finger, flip a middle finger, Zam shit, put it in between ya. Diamonds on diamonds on diamonds.
Rolls to rollies, rags to rags, grams to plays, pennies to save, dreams to day. I put myself on first, get out my way, you broke and stank. My girl ain't worried about that chain, she already got that.
Marquis, princess, emerald in the pear cut. All these diamonds dancing in the dark, I turned the lights out. Bust down the wrist, paid cash, just not a loaner. If you don't believe me, got the paperwork to show ya. Whole team got it on. Cartier braces, come play Tetris on my arm. Last week, went and bought some land, might just go and start a farm. I've been milking these niggas for like 10 years strong. I got diamonds on my fingers, diamonds in my Beamer. Diamonds, we don't lease them. When you paid, you get to keep them. See you staring at my chain, at my watch, at my ring. Yeah, it's impressive, but let me put you on some Goldie.
Diamonds on my finger, middle finger, put it in between ya. Diamonds on diamonds.
These rocks heavy on my hands, 2 feet up, I'm hitting a handstand. Ask the fans, they can see me where they stand. Prada prints, Fendi tans, you can see them when we land. Check the prices, ain't no pocket change, we got expensive hands. Baby, grip me and BBs, that's when you'll see me. Shining in the light like the crystals on my middle finger. Hand steady dripping, it splash like water. He think he dreaming, put a diamond on my finger, now I don't think I could leave him.
Diamonds on my finger, middle finger, put it in between ya. Diamonds on diamonds.
Yeah, Diamonds on
Shout out to the visionary Cheese Beats.
Chops, I got one question, right? If you were like in your 20s, living in your 20s, stuff like that, we're young guys and all that. I mean, we put a diamond on that finger, right? Put a diamond on all the fingers.
Right, all 10 of these.
That is great stuff. So again, the thing I like about it is, you know, obviously the music, the lighting, the dance, all, you know, your outfits, you know, all that stuff, you know, has to be picked out. Obviously, you have a say in all that. So how does all that come together like that?
Yeah.
So Mika will usually make the dances because, like she said, she has a background in dance and everything. I'm like really big into clothes, and so I'll usually like take the lead on the styling, and then like the girls will like, put in their inputs for their own personal, you know what I mean, opinions on how they like to dress and everything. And then we'll all come together and think of a concept for the video. Like, okay, this is what we're talking about.
Whatever.
We'll be like, ooh, this would be cool here. This would be cool here. What if we tried this? So
we direct ourselves most of the time. We actually had a really great team for this music video.
Yeah.
AJ the Visionary, he helped us direct this one. And, you know, we kind of just come up with concepts when, you know, as we're making the songs, everything kind of just makes sense to us. So we never shy away from like what we want to do. We always make sure that our music videos is representing us and like our music and our vibe and things like that. So anytime you see or hear us, it's going to be Zam in your ears.
100%. Nobody telling us what to do, what to say, how to look, how to act.
Yeah, we have the complete say. We make everything.
Awesome. And by the way, that ZAM official, Z-A-M, the first names of each of you. Right? That ZAM official, Z-A-M, the first names of each of you.
Yeah.
There you go. Hold on. I didn't have your camera on. Do that again. Hold that up again. I missed it. I didn't have your camera on. There you go. There you go.
So yeah, you got the Z, the A, the M.
Yeah, sounds
You got
great.
that ZAM.
We got a couple of comments here. Steve Freeman is looking in from Bridgeport, Connecticut. Says hello. Great
Hi,
show
Steve.
tonight.
Steve.
And Lushy Banton looking in tonight. Don Silva says hello. Joey Charenza, who is a Frank Sinatra tribute singer, he's looking on tonight. And by the way, Chops, we have a gentleman watching tonight, Philip McDonald. I always call Chops the sidekick of the century because I think he's that good. He's the sidekick of the century. Philip McDonald said, "What century? Last century or this century?" Oh, come on now. Come on, man. And Jackie Fernandez says hello. That's always nice. Jackie Fernandez says hello. I think this guy knows who that is. And also saying hello tonight is Sean Fitzgerald, who is the lead singer of our band. Okay, so one thing I wanted to ask you was, people like in our demographic, you know, we look at some of these videos, right? And there's some controversy, you know, using the N-word. You know, a lot of African Americans will say, well, the word meant this, and now we've taken over that word, and we're using it for our reason, for art and so forth, or even like an F word here or there, you know. You know, I've had artists tell me, hey, that's the way you keep it real. That's the way you keep it real, because behind closed doors, you know, that's the way people talk. You know, if they had The Godfather and you took out, you know, swear words, you know, it wouldn't be the same, right? So tell me about that. Is there a reason why you do that? And what do you think about, you know, people say, well, you know, should you really do that? Should you not do that? Like, what are your thoughts on that? What's your point of view?
I think that we are of age. We're all over the age of 18. We have our bachelor's, master's degrees. And we also know that, you know, there's some education that goes behind using those words. You just have to know, you know, what you're putting out there when you do say it, you know, that people can, you know, take it one way and not take it another way. And we accept that, and we still decide to kind of use them. And we are all Black women, so we do feel comfortable enough to use the N-word. And, you know, we very bold in our Blackness as well. So, you know, we do have some songs that we don't swear in, but if that's the way that we come off, or that's what we're feeling that day, we don't really like to edit or, you know,
I just feel like it comes natural, you know what I mean? Like if it comes out and it, you know what I mean, and that's what it is in the song, then okay. But then there are songs where it's like we don't have any swears in them. Unfortunately, that those songs aren't out for you to play yet with the video, but when they do come, we'll send that over.
Yeah, we're really deep into our creative, so if a swear or the N-word comes up, it's just to sprinkle on top of the creative.
And we have such a big vocabulary that we work on every day, so I feel like they're kind of just, you know, filler words that, I mean, for me, myself, I am a potty mouth. I am a potty mouth, so it comes out a lot more than usual, but, you know, we have a big vocabulary and we use other words as well. So,
all right, they're keeping it real. And you do have a viewer from Niagara Falls, New York, Lynn Marie Scorvano, saying, hi, Chops. Hi, Paul. Welcome to ZAM Official. Great music video. So
thank you.
Niagara Falls,
yes, welcome to
NY. All right, so we do have another video here. This one here, we actually trimmed this one down a little bit, but this is a good one. You know why? Because you'll see that it has to do, hey, you know, sometimes, I mean, Chops and I, right? We're dudes, right? But, you know, sometimes dudes, they come up a little short. You know what I mean, Charles? So this song, you know, I think I read it right. You'll have to see it. You know, the boyfriend cracked up the car. He comes in late. He's not treating his lady right, you know. And these ladies right here, you know, they're not tolerating that. They ain't playing that.
Once you start doing that, we're gonna start doing us. We're being selfish.
Zam official don't play that, right? So that's good. So check out this video. This is another terrific video from Zam official. It's an edited version, but the name of this one is called Selfish. Check it out.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Look at my car! Where are you? Look at my car! What are you doing? You were supposed to be here hours ago.
I'm not doing trust to God, you know.
Right now. Hi.
What's up? Are you on calls now?
I didn't invite you here.
Bro, I came to see you.
Why are you being weird?
Bro, I'm being weird? Why are you being weird to me?
Coming through every Tuesday, he drink Tuesday. Cut the lights, pick a movie. Don't be choosy. Tryna rub up on my thighs, stiff phone, push your hand away. I'm rolling my eyes, should've never let you in my pants. Might not pick up the phone. Got him asking, you don't know. I thought we was grown. Matter of fact, I could love me on my selfish. You so broken, you can't help it. Got me saying no to you and no to you. It's about me now.
In the lead, have been getting played by the defense. These niggas' money is funny. They bank account is comedic. I can tell by how you reaching that your pockets ain't seasoned. You want a bad bitch like me, but can't afford the. Seeing right through you, just make the next bitch exclusive. It's finally about time you do you, cause every time I'ma do me. I check my feelings and hopped in my bag. All these emotions, boo hoo, oh you sad.
Sometimes I stay alone. Might not pick up the phone. Got him asking, you don't know. I thought we was grown.
Table for one now. Yes, I got my
Sometimes I be
own.
alone. Might not pick up the phone. Got him asking, you don't know. I thought we was grown. Matter of fact, I could love me on my
Selfish. You so broken, you can't help it.
Yeah, that's yeah.
He edited it real nice.
Yeah, it is.
He cut all the swears where they were supposed to be cut.
I cut out the swears, but I kept the story going along. So that was pretty good.
Yeah. No, you still got the story
Yeah.
going good.
Hey, Chops, did you hear that? Table for one. Table for one. Goodbye, Chops. You're out of there, Chops. Table for one. You didn't treat your lady right, Chops. You are gone. That's great stuff. So, you know, the Diamond song and, you know, this one here, just, I know I saw a lot of videos on there and enjoyed them all, but these two particular songs, you know, are you going for something there? Like, for example, this last one here, being mistreated in a relationship, right? Is that kind of what you were thinking about there?
Yeah, it's just really like, you know, like we're the type of females who give our all to anybody who we care about, have love for, you know, and I feel like a lot of times a lot of females do give their all to people, and then when they're mistreated or they're taken advantage of, they kind of just brush it off and continue giving their all. So this was kind of like a mantra to be selfish for once. Stop giving so much to other people if they're not going to also give that in return. It's okay to be selfish. It's okay to take yourself shopping or have a girls' night. You know what I mean? Self-care day, like those are the
Turn
things
your
that we're
cell
doing
phone
in the
off.
video. You know, just be about you. You have to make yourself happy before anybody else can make you happy.
All right. Very nice. Very nice. Good words right there. And how about the Diamond song? What was kind of like the focus of that one?
That one was kind of like a tribute to our CEO of our independent label. He is a jeweler from Chicago. We got the beat from Cheese Beats. He is a Grammy-winning producer from Atlanta, and it kind of just sparked this cool creative concept of, like, you know, talking about diamonds, being able to promo his diamonds that he sells, and we're just very grateful that we have Giovanni, the wholesale jewelry king. He's a great investor to have.
Yes. Shout out to you.
Nice. We got some nice comments tonight here. Phil McDonald is watching tonight. He said, we've been zammed. We've been zammed.
I love that.
I think that's a good thing. Jim Andre, who was a UFO expert, he was on our show last week. He's watching from Lake Wales, Florida. So shout out to Jim. Dorcas Ram says, they are charismatic ladies. Yes, I think I agree with them there. And you're going to like this one. You're going to like this one. We have somebody here, Gino St. Pierre. He says to you, stay real, be you. Absolutely loved your opinion when I asked you those questions about, staying real.
Thank you. We appreciate that. We're definitely going to be 100% ourselves. And as we get more and more into this industry, we promise we're going to keep it real to who we are and not let it change us.
You know what I want to ask you? It's, one thing to drop everything and either go to Atlanta or Miami or ultimately Los Angeles, but then it's another thing to network, get the right people. You talked about the CEO of your label, someone who's going to be the best in lighting or the best in directing and, editing the video together and all that. So how do you do that? How do you, basically start from almost scratch and be able to network the right people?
Yeah, so one thing that you'll learn about us, like if you ever see us in person, is that when we are there, we're going to play music, okay? You're going to know who Zam is. We're going to be like, Zam, what do you do? What can we do? This is us. Who are you? We're talkers. We're people. So that's really how we made most of our connections. And I would say we made connections pretty fast. That's how our network grew in Miami that quickly. And you know what I mean? We're starting to get our network of people out here in LA. So hopefully it just trickles out how it did before. So yeah, any advice for anyone who wants to network, just talk, be yourself, and you know what I mean, let people know what you're doing.
And you have to be your number one fan.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be shy.
Yeah.
Have to have confidence.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And the worst that can happen is somebody doesn't like you, and there's going to be people that don't like you, But that's okay.
Once you learn to not lose sleep over that, it's fine.
More people are going to
unfortunately, it took me 50 years to figure that out. but now that's why I admire young people because when I was like in my 20s and 30s, I was like, oh, that one thinks I'm a jerk and that one doesn't like me and all that. And then I really hit a point. I don't know when it was. And I was like, I don't give a damn what anybody thinks. What we're doing, it's for some people. It's not for some people. Some people, like Jimmy Kimmel. Some people don't like Jimmy. Some people like Jay Leno. Some people don't like Jay Leno. Some people like, hip hop. Some people like country. Some people like it all, like I do. But the point is you like, Chops always says. Chops says, you do you. Right. So that's why I got my sidekick over here. You be you, and then everything comes into place. So that's what we're doing.
Exactly. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to change yourself for somebody to like you. You want to be you and people to like you for who you are. So.
And it's honestly hard to pretend to be somebody else.
Right.
Just be me. If you fake it and you try to be somebody else, it's a real disaster. All right. So one of the things that we were texting back and forth, I was texting with Goldie and all that. And she was talking about how some new music is going to be dropping, as they say. So tell me what you guys are working on and when we can expect more videos coming down the pipe.
Okay. Besides what you just played, those were a few singles that we dropped. Last month, January 18th, we dropped our first ever mixtape. It is going to be a series with 4 different parts in it, one each season. So the first one came out January 18th. It's called Fun Girl Volume 1, Back to Miami. If you can see, this is our cover art for it. You guys should check that out. And then this month,
we have our very first love song coming out. It's called Showing Up. It was produced by Foreign Tech. He's a Grammy-winning producer, again, from Florida. He's amazing. He's got a lot of really hot tracks with some big celebrities. And this song is just such a good feel-good song. You can listen to it no matter what you're doing. So look out for that. February 18th, it's going to be coming out.
And one last thing that's sort of a drop that we're doing. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. What's the app called?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
not the NFT, the Music Swipe. Okay, so there's an app that we just got to be a part of. It's called Music Swipe. It's sort of a mix between Tinder and Spotify, where you get to view new artists and like a 15-second clip of their song and a little bit of a visual and see if you match with them. So everybody, if you can, download Music Swipe. We're on there. There's many cool artists on there, so definitely check that out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. That sounds great. Well, people like myself and Chops, we're learning something new every day. So when you talk about, what is this, like swipe left or swipe right kind of thing?
Yeah, if you like it, you swipe left, and then if you swipe like left over like one artist song 3 times in a row, then it'll be like, okay, you match with this artist, this is what they're called, this is their Instagram, and
yeah, because at first it's anonymous, so you don't really get to see if that artist is already popping or anything like that. So as soon as you match, then the artist gets unveiled to you. So it's pretty cool.
There's always great ideas coming down the road with
Yeah,
the
absolutely. It's nice because in today's day and age, there's so many people that only want to love you once they see that you're already something. So with this app, you don't see if the person has 1 million followers or 100 followers. All you could do is hear the music, and if you like the music, then you like the music. So I think that's what's really cool about Music Swipe.
That's great. And for people that want to, dig further into your music, I'm sure you're on all the usual platforms and so forth.
You can find more of our videos on YouTube. We have behind the scenes footage, all kinds of different vlogs as well. And then we also have a bunch of singles and that mixtape on Apple Music, Spotify, iTunes, all
Deezer, Amazon Music, literally anywhere you can find music, we're there. Just type in ZAM Official.
And you can also follow us on Instagram at ZAM Official. We're constantly posting content on our stories. Get to know us and be a part of our Zamily.
Yes. Welcome to the
Zamily.
Welcome.
Goldie and Mika and Rusty, thank you so much for being with us here today on our show. A lot of people back here in New Bedford, follow New Bedford Guide. That's one of the platforms that we're on. We're on Fall River Reporter, Paul Santos Live YouTube channel, a number of different platforms, New Bedford Live, all together, a little mini network here in Southeastern Mass. So we're really great to have you on, especially the 2 of you from New Bedford, and I know the 3rd one is from Springfield, but still back. Springfield and House over here, but no, really, we love to see people from our area in Massachusetts, pursue their dreams, and it looks like you folks are definitely doing that. So we wish you all the best. Love to you from all of us to ZAM Official, and keep it going, ladies. Keep it going.
Thank you so much for having us.
All right, ZAM Official, ladies and gentlemen.
Bye, Chops. Bye, Cecil. Bye, Paul.
Oh boy, I gotta tell you, to be young again, Tom. To be young again. They say. Yeah, they say, put a ring on that finger and all that stuff. And I'm thinking, if I was a young dude and I had an opportunity to put a ring on that finger, I'd be putting a ring on that finger. I might have already said that. I'm sorry. I might have already said that. I don't want to
crazy, man.
Chops was thinking the same thing, but I don't want to get him in trouble. All right, so by the way, if you have a chance, right, see this right? We're always in trouble. Now, if you have a chance to go to the Chops Turner Facebook page, you can see this gentleman right here, Chops Turner. He is somebody who has a show on, that was a Sunday night, right, Chops? Sunday night?
Sure, Sunday.
And he sings all the classics, and he loves, we're talking about the real classics, Tony Bennett, Sinatra, all that stuff. But he can do a little Bruno Mars, and he can throw down some, some modern stuff too. So don't be afraid to check out the Chops Turner Show and the Chops Turner Facebook page. Okay, that was great. I thought those ladies were fantastic. I wish them all the best. Seriously, when I was watching those videos, I thought I was watching MTV or something. So good for them. I know talent when I see it.
You're very talented.
I see talent. I know talent when I see it, like when I see Chops over there. And speaking of, and I know comedians when I see them. So now we're going to we're going to go from ZAM Official over to our next guest. He's been on our show a number of times. He's a great guy and he's a funny guy, and we always enjoy talking to him. We welcome back Mr. Cecil Sassafras. Hey.
Hey,
Cecil Sassafras is he's still recovering from those music videos.
Times have changed.
All right, so what's up with you, sir?
Well, Florida is really becoming an interesting place now that I've been here for a month. Florida has a lot of farmland, and here the cows have a very unusual syndrome. They call it twitchy cow syndrome. It's also known as beef jerky.
All right.
You know, also, there's also a lot of bugs down here. As a matter of fact, there are over 3,000 species of mosquitoes, not counting the politicians. You know? But actually, you know, one of the big problems down here is drinking. There's an awful lot of drinking going on. But I feel sorry for the people here that don't drink, because when they get up in the morning, that's as good as they're going to feel all day.
Yeah, they're up there in age a little bit.
Oh yeah. There's also a big poverty, you know, element down here, and it kind of reminds me of when we were growing up in Fall River, how poor we were. I mean, we were so poor. My father used to take me to Kentucky Fried Chicken so I could lick other people's fingers. Didn't have any money. But you know, I said, well, you know, I really got to get out more. So I went to the market the other day doing some errands, and there was a gentleman in front of me at the service desk, and I overheard him say that he had 4 wives. And I said, you know, I'm a pretty smart guy when I'm not picking straw out of my teeth, but for the life of me, I can't understand why he would want more than one mother-in-law. You know? Must be a glutton for punishment or something. Oh, boy. I don't know. But, you know, since I've been here, I've been trying to get to know my neighbors, you know? And it's kind of an interesting element, because the man right across the street from me is a gynecologist. So I asked him if he was hiring, and he said, well, who told you that? And what makes you say that? So I said, well, I heard the whole industry has wide open positions.
Our show is taking a turn here. We're taking a turn.
Well, the neighbor behind me, a blonde woman, she has an interesting little dog. It's called a hairless schnauzer. Actually, I never heard of it, because schnauzers to me had this wiry hair all over their body, you know, but she's got a hairless schnauzer. So I said, well, where did she get hair? And she says, well, it started out as a regular schnauzer. And then she got this blonde woman, she got the bright idea of going to the drugstore and asking the pharmacist for Nair. You know, that stuff the women use to take the hair off their legs. So the pharmacist says, well, ma'am, you got to be careful of this stuff. It's pretty strong. If you use any on your underarms, you're going to have to walk around with your arms up for a bit. You know, you might get a chemical burn. And she says, well, y'all, I ain't going to use it on my underarms. I'm going to use it on my schnauzer. So he says, schnauzer? Well, if you do that, lady, you won't be able to ride a bike for a week. Oh, I don't know.
Oh boy! I'm glad we put Cecil on after we get the other stuff out of the way.
Yeah, the serious stuff, you know.
No, that's all right. No, he's hilarious. Go ahead. What else is going on?
Well, there's a very nice park next to my development. So I went and to walk through the park, and I saw this old homeless guy, really a mess. He was digging out some food from the barrels, and he found an old rotted sub sandwich. I mean, the thing was nasty looking, had maggots on it. And he went and sat down on the park bench next to the barrel, and he took a bite, and he's eating this sandwich. And next to him is this really beautiful woman. So he says to her, hey, honey, you want a bite of my sandwich? So she says, don't talk to me. You're disgusting. You're a slob. Get away from me. Don't even look at me. So then he takes another bite of the sandwich, and he says to her, well, then I guess sex is out of the question. I heard this. Too funny. But the best one was the hippie. My neighbor grabbed a hold of me, and he says, hey, let's go get a couple of beers at the local pub down the street. So we walk in, and as soon as we walk in, a man walks in behind us, and he says, I just got out of jail. I've been in jail for 30 years, and I want to buy everybody around the beer. So the beers are going around. And then sitting right next to him was this really straggly-looking guy with long, dirty hair, and he smelled like a goat. Horrible. So this guy says to me, he says, hey, buddy, what the heck are you? So the smelly guy said, I'm a hippie. So he says, there's thousands of us. So the jailbird says, thank God, He said, I just did 30 years for having relations with a buffalo, and I thought you was my son.
Oh, man.
So I said, well, I got to quit going to that bar. So then I decided to go to the theater to see a movie. And in front of me is a farmer with coveralls, and he's trying to bring his pet chicken into the theater. Now, of course, they won't let you do it, so they throw the guy out, and then he goes around the corner and he stuffs the chicken in his coveralls like this. So then he goes up to the ticket counter, and a different guy's there. So they sell him a ticket, and he goes in, and he sits down right in front of me. And to the side of him are these two little old ladies. So as the movie's playing, one lady says to the other one, she says, hey, Ethel, I think we're sitting next to a pervert. And she says, oh, come on. What makes you say that? And she says, well, I see sticking out of his overalls is his hoo-ha. So the other one says, oh, you've seen one, you've seen them all. And she says, no, not this one. This one's trying to eat my popcorn.
Cecil, how long have you been retired now?
Oh, too long. About 2.5 years. Now I'm worse than ever now.
And how long have you been in the Sunshine State?
Let's see, about a month and a half.
Have you been out in the sun a lot or anything, or just kind of?
Oh, I think I've been out in the sun too long. I think it tends to warp the mind.
Hey, I got a message here, right? People like Cecil Sassafras, so they enjoy listening to him. And then somebody said, hey, how about that nursing home guy? Why don't you get him on the phone too while you're at it? They're talking about Jim Casey, another one of our. You got one more, Cecil?
Or
if you're done, that's fine.
Oh, yeah, I got a great one. Here.
All right, finish on a good one because then we got to do something else. Go ahead.
I just read this one in the paper that this young guy comes home from the wars. He must have been in Afghanistan. So he goes home and he goes to see his parents. And his mother says to him, well, what you been doing over there in those wars? And he says, well, I threw a lot of hand grenades. He said, I brought one back to show you. So he fiddles with it and he pulls a pin and he throws it. And the mother and him watch it land right on top of the outhouse. So about 3 seconds later, kaboom, the thing blows up and the air is just full of dirt and wood and dookie. And then it lands in one nice big pile. So a few seconds later, up comes Grandpa's head, comes popping out of the pile. He looks around and he said, gosh almighty, am I glad I didn't let that one in the house. This was in the paper.
Oh, man. Cecil Sassafras. All right. So, Cecil, do you know when you might be visiting Massachusetts anytime down the road?
Well, maybe in a couple of weeks. And then, every couple of months, I'll have to get up and, brush my teeth there or something. I don't know.
All right, we're going to be back at the Pub 65 in a couple of weeks. So you let me know when you're back, and we'll have you come over and you and Jim Casey back to back. That'll be really great. That'll be fantastic.
We could have like joke tag,
Hey, it's always great to see you. Say hello to Jackie and the family, and we'll talk to you again soon. Thank you so much for being on our show tonight.
Sure will, pal. My pleasure.
All right, Cecil Sassafras, there he is. All right. Oh no, Chops is frozen on me. Oh, Chops, you're frozen.
Yeah,
on me.
hold on.
Oh, there you are. All right. Well,
hold on until I get back.
All right. Well, that's okay that happened at this particular time because we have some video of Chops Turner singing a tremendous classic song, and we recorded this. He recorded it on his show, and I asked him if we could play it here tonight. Chops is actually on his way back in, so there he is.
Hey.
There you are. All right. So Chops.
Hey, guess who's calling me? Maurice Starr.
Maurice Starr. Well, we mentioned that to the ladies, how you have this friendship with Maurice Starr, and of course.
Oh yeah, Maurice just called me. Oh, they're coming in concert, New Edition.
New Edition. There was the New Kids on the Block. He worked with Frank Sinatra. He worked with all of B.B. King. He worked with the best of the best, and even Chops Turner worked with him too. And I had a chance to interview him thanks to Chops, who got that interview for me, which I'm forever grateful for. It's on YouTube. So if you want to see that, it's a great interview. It'd be only because of the subject matter that I had. I was just asking the questions that everybody wanted to know. So that was a lot of fun. So I appreciate that. And by the way, on Sunday nights, especially now that football's all over, you know, in the San Francisco 49ers.
I ain't watching, man.
A lot of times he took the night off and he moved the show.
Man, you can't get that in there, man.
And now that they got their butts whipped, now he's got the show back.
Hey, watch it, Paul, watch it.
Hey, where's Jimmy Garoppolo going to go anyway? He's going to go somewhere.
Yeah, I heard he threw an interception in the Pro Bowl. I said, oh, no.
Oh, yeah, I was watching that Pro Bowl. That Pro Bowl was terrible. They don't tackle.
It's terrible. I know. That's what I'm saying. Terrible.
Yeah, it's really bad. They're just zinging the ball around and nobody's touching anybody. I mean, they don't want to get injured at the Pro Bowl, so I understand that. But they almost
put flags on.
Yeah, exactly. Put flags on like Chops.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Or not even do it at all. To do it the way they do it.
I just think it's a waste of time. Waste of money, too.
I thought it was terrible. All right, so we got an interesting show tonight. Obviously, we had those young ladies from Massachusetts.
Oh, yeah, very talented.
Doing their hip-hop and everything. Good for them. We had Cecil Sassafras, which is like something totally different. Well, now Chops Turner, right, has a Chops Turner show. So I went over there, and I grabbed some video off the Chops Turner show. And Chops sings a lot of songs, but this song right here, one time I heard a countdown of the greatest songs of all time. You know, hey, you can debate what's the greatest song of all time, you know what I mean, depending on what genre and all this. But this song right here, the particular countdown that I heard that day, you know, probably a group got together and they decided what was the greatest song of all time. One of them thought that this was the greatest song of all time. And Chops was singing it the other night, and Chops really nailed it. And you're probably wondering, what song is he talking about? Well, check it out and see if you agree. Here's Chops.
In time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much. You still look, I, thank you, need your love. God's speech love to me. The righteous brothers, lonely rivers flow to the sea, to the sea, to the open arms of the sea. Yeah, lonely riverside, wait for me, wait for me, wait for me, Nicole. I'll be coming home, wait for me. Oh, my hunger for your touch alone, lonely time, and time goes by so slowly. In time can do so much. Are you
Chops Turner, how about that? Oh man, that was just great. That was just great, Chops. You really nailed that song. You know, a lot of people do say that is one of the greatest songs of all time. And when I was watching you sing it the other night, I'm like, oh man, I got to get that clip and
The Righteous
put it on
Brothers.
the end of the show. That was great. Now I saw you watching it play, and so when you watch it play back, do you think to yourself, oh, you know, execution here, execution there? I mean, that was a very, very excellent version right there.
Well, thank you. Well, you know, you listen to yourself and see what you did right, what you did wrong. I'm always analyzing myself, always analyzing to get better, always trying to get better at it. As you know. Yes, you know.
Yeah, it's like Tom Brady looking at film.
Exactly, right.
Hey, I got a comment here from Deb Ramus, and she was like, you go, Chops, you go.
Hey, thank you, Deb. Thank you, Debbie.
You know that part where you hit that, you know, I need your love.
Yeah,
You know, that's like the real crescendo of the song.
Oh, that's the crescendo right
and
there.
so you get to that point, you know, you don't want to miss that note, which you didn't.
No.
As you're leading up to it, that's not easy to get up to, right?
Exactly. Well, I work at that all the time.
Yeah, I saw you there. You were sitting down, and then when it came to that part, you had to stand up.
I had to get up, man. I had to get up.
Like, hey, baby, I'm getting ready to go deep here, you know?
Oh yeah, I had to go down. I had to go down south and get that one.
Hey, by the way, Philip McDonald is watching today, and he said, hey, the 49ers got deep sixth.
Hey, watch it, man. Watch it.
Oh, and by the way, hey, Sassafras is still hanging around in the wings over there. Roger Brightman says Sassafras has been practicing. He's really becoming a comedian now. And Casey has some competition. Casey's got competition. How about that?
Cecil's on the
Hey, Chops.
Yeah.
There's a lady watching tonight by the name of Nicole Turner, you know?
Oh, my wife wasn't.
So she says, not bad, Turner, not bad.
Yeah, she always says that. She always gets
out of it, right? I'm watching the Chops Turner show, right? And Chops, I don't know if it was that particular song, but one of the songs he did, and I'm watching it at home, you know, I'm like, wow, man, Chops is really, really killing it tonight, doing a great job. So then at the end of the song, his wife was operating the camera. So at the very end of the song, he said, hey, honey, how was that, Jen? That's all right. All right. The wives always, they never want to quite, you know, too big.
Now they want you to get the swing ahead.
Yeah, they want to keep us grounded. You know what I mean?
Want to keep us grounded at all times, boy. At all times.
All right, we're going to shout out to a gentleman who's just north of Manhattan, New York City. Rick Levy watching tonight, one of our fans out there. A real terrific gentleman who I worked in radio with many, many years ago. Thank you so much for chiming in. Now, let's see who else is floating around here before we sign off in the next couple of minutes. Again, that ZAM official, they were just terrific. We got some good shows coming up. We're going to tell you about that in just a moment. Let's see, that Dorcas Ram said how those ladies were very charismatic, and we absolutely agree with that. Let's see, let's pop over to New Bedford Live and see what the comments are over there. Great show tonight. Thank you very much. And let's see, I think that's about it. And so we really appreciate the comments. Now, Chops, next week we have no show. We have no show next week. You know why? Because Chops and I are going to spend Valentine's Day with the loves of our lives. You know what I mean? We're going to spend Valentine's Day. You're going to spend Valentine's Day with Nicole, Chops?
Oh yeah, I got to work, so we'll spend time, but I think I'll be working. I'm not sure.
Oh really? Oh, during the day?
Oh yeah, singing. Oh yeah, head out early. I'm gonna head out early.
Yeah, but what about at nighttime?
I'm singing at night too.
See, it's a good thing I canceled the show then. You wouldn't have been on, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's all right because we're vacationing in Florida, and I thought, you know what? We'll go out to dinner. We'll have a nice time. And then 2 weeks from today, we're going to be back at the pub. And we've got our director ready to go, Aaron Cadju from Bristol County Media. We have a guy by the name of JG. He's going to be singing. He's a terrific performer. We have the comedy of Mark Anthony Lewis, and we could have a special guest, Chops. Special guest.
Oh yeah,
an actor who's been in great movies like Detroit. He's been in Patriot Day. He's been on our show before when we had Doug Flutie, but it was a long time ago. He may be coming down from Boston just to be on our show. Don St. John.
My man, St. John. Yes, my man. It's my buddy there.
All right. Now, in 2 weeks, Chop, we have to be on our best behavior.
That's
because
right.
in 2 weeks, we have Hannah Lima, who is Miss New Bedford Outstanding Teen.
Oh, you're gonna be good. You gotta be good.
Yes. You don't want to be acting the fool over there, Chops. You gotta be like, we gotta be classy. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta be classy, man.
We
Your boy, by the way, your boy KC says hello.
yeah, we'll have to calm Casey down.
I was with him last night. Oh man, he was crazy.
Oh yeah, you saw him last night. Where were you?
I played at PC. Man, I played last night at the PT.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. How's my man Casey doing? He's all right?
He talk about you. Oh man, he got something good for you when you come back.
He's got some one-liners, huh? And we got some comedians too. Bob Gianni's going to be on the show. Another guy by the name of John Newton. Ed Macedo is going to be back the following week. And then on March 21st, the NB Rude Boys are going to be back.
Oh, the Rude Boys, man. Sure.
They're going to blow the roof right off of.
Oh, yeah, they're hot. They're hot.
We have a lot of great shows coming up tonight. All right. Anything you want to say in closing, Chops?
No, but I told everybody about the show coming up. You're on vacation. There was quite a few people last night, man.
And they say like, hey, they're coming out for a show next week too?
Oh, yeah, they're coming out. So we got some people coming out on when you come back. So it should be good, pretty good crowd.
And last time we were there, we got some celebrities like Mikey Montero, who's worked with such great artists as Madonna, Ciara, J-Lo, and he popped in. We have celebrities that stop by now.
A lot of celebrities.
Yeah, we're having celebrities. So they want to a celebrity. If a
celebrity. Another gentleman stopped in from Cleveland, Ohio, Akron, Ohio, and he's the performer. He performed with the OJs, R. Kelly. Oh man, he came in last night. I was surprised.
Yeah, you never know, who's going to pop in. A lot of times celebrities pop in. Like, for example, this guy right here, this celebrity right here, he might pop in and say,
oh yeah, Cecil Sassafras.
He doesn't even know he's on. Look at him.
Cecil looks like he's in a ghost.
Hey, he's hanging out with Jim Andre with the UFOs.
Yeah. They're both hanging out together.
All right, so we'll see you next week at the Pub 65. And again, I guess next week. No, I'm not. 2 weeks. Excuse me. 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Come on.
Pub 65 with the amazing JG, Mark Anthony Lewis, a comic, and possibly the great actor Don St. John. And as for tonight, we'd like to thank Zam Official for being on the show tonight. They were terrific. We'd like to thank Mr. Cecil Sassafras. There he is right there. Thank you very much for being on the show. There he is. And, of course, world-class vocalist and entertainer Chops Turner, who just killed it with that great song that we heard him sing a little bit before, Unchained Melody. Great job there, Chops, as usual. All right, so we'll be looking forward to seeing you when we get back to Massachusetts.
Can't wait to see you.
Hopefully it's not snowing when we get back there, but, we do the best we can. Do you have to do any shoveling, Chops, in the last couple of days?
Oh, yeah. My wife had me out there. My back is killing me.
Oh, man, I'm sorry about that. All right, well, the spring is coming. The spring is coming, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, I can't wait, man.
All right, I'll see you in 2 weeks. Thank you very much. And thanks to our audience for chiming in the comment line. And we'll see you in 2 weeks at the Pub 65. With Chops Turner, I'm Paul Santos for the Paul Santos Live Show. Don't forget to laugh. Have a great night.